Hello, everybody. Welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. Again, a big shout out and thank you to Nina for one of the other decks out of the three, the Gospel of Aradia by Stacey DeMarco. I'm going to be using that for our opening cards. Beautiful artwork. One of my favorite oracle writers. Absolutely love her stuff. So I hope you all are having a good week and, getting back into the mojo. I know winter sometimes can be a little bit. It's such a huge fluctuation of weather where I live. It's ridiculous. One day it's 25 degrees and then another day it's 60 degrees. It makes no sense. But I'm finding this winter just flying by. I mean, I feel like it just became December a couple days ago, and now, we're moving into January. Very excited. So a couple of announcements, you guys. I'd like you to all come over and get in on the January contest over on my Instagram. It's Sparkwist11. I'm doing free giveaways, the gold coin giveaways, Mel's favorite things, goddess provisions, all kinds of things. And I just got the arrival of some really great chakra stones. I think there's, in total, I have 2 groups of them. They're for every chakra. They're really beautiful. I will set up a picture on Instagram, and all you have to do is follow me so we don't have to have all the people trying to catch where the contests are. If you just follow me over there, then I DM you if you're a winner, and then you don't have to go do everything crazy. And one more announcement is I have 2 spots left if you're curious to what I'm doing. Next month, I'm going to Stonehenge, and I'm creating private readings right on the grounds, right with the ancient stones there. And your cards, you get to keep the deck I'm using, and I'm bringing a crystal. I'll be placing that close to the stones because they're cordoned off now, but your actual reading will take place there. So if you're interested in that, please email me and I'll tell you everything that's involved. It's so exciting. I'm so glad to be doing that. Okay, so our reading today is going to be like pretty much what is Spirit trying to connect you with. That you have a lot of things in your life path purpose right now that are coming to your soulmates, great career choices, advancement, opportunities, travel, all of these things, family, engagements, amazing things. And we always have Spirit there to guide us in a calming, focused fashion. This is a time, I feel like the number one message coming through today is don't compromise anymore. Do not compromise your health. Don't chase wealth by giving up your health. Don't work too long hours, hurt yourself, harm yourself. Really keep your composure so you can enhance your natural energy to have it enhance your life and no one else's. You know what I mean? Any low vibrational people that are trying to pull you in. How I acclimatize to always staying calm is I rationalize it by if somebody irrational is trying to say something, just say, a comment or something. People just want to engage people. If they are really desperate for attention, they'll do almost anything for it. So by engaging in that behavior, we're not going to get a rational response. If somebody's already acting ridiculous and they just want to criticize, comment, or do whatever, they're already coming from a place of hurt, so they just want attention. So the best thing you can do for yourself is simply not engage and keep your vibration, just act like it's invisible. I mean, I've had people just say things, when I've worked in cafes and stuff, they always have to drop those comments. I simply let them hit the floor because that's where they deserve to land. You know what I mean? Like, I've never waited so long for this or that. I just don't reply because what happens is that way we're not initiating further discourse over something stupid, right? We're just leaving. And that way you're able to really put your focus where all the beautiful stuff is. So we have 3 cards to choose from. I love Stacey DeMarco so much. And these cards are just absolutely beautiful. I love the artwork. I'll post. I did a flip through on this on Instagram too. I do flip throughs of decks. It's like a 60-second flip through so you can see all the art if you're wondering about buying decks yourself. Okay, so number 1 is creation, and number 2 is the Queen, and number 3 is ecstasy. So I'm going to let you take a brief pause and let you pick whatever you want. It can be, the artwork, the word, whatever kind of touches you and resonates with you. And then we're going to see what's going on. So I feel right now with creation, I'm going to take a deep breath too. I'm always mentioning this, but breathing is where we get to regain our balance and focus. I do this. I just pause and take a deep breath, oftentimes right before I enjoy a meal, a cup of coffee, a conversation, something like that. It realigns and reboots us and is a really calming mechanism. So I find also it helps me slow my cadence of speech too, because I get excited about things and then I start talking like the roadrunner, and I realize a lot of you are not English speaking as your first language. So meanwhile, you're trying to translate this freaking 1,000-mile-an-hour speech. So I'm definitely trying to work in accordance with knowing that as well. And I just want to congratulate all you guys on all the amazing things you're doing, accomplishing, trying out, expanding. It's really wonderful. I feel like everything's sort of starting to flow for you. You're getting in touch with your mystical self, having a sense of humor. You're letting life being enchanting and poetic again, right? There's so much gorgeous stuff to enjoy on our journey. And when we're enthusiastic and excited and balanced, we see all the beauty, we see all the breathtaking, blossoming things around us as opposed to any of the negativity, right? And that more attracts more. So there we go. So number one with creation. I like this card so much because I feel like, we're all creative individuals and we're all mighty creators. Even if we don't consider ourselves to be, creativity really is our birthright. So it's said that witches create something from nothing. And this is true of all of us. Don't be afraid to take a creative risk. Think outside the box on an issue. So whether it's at home, whether it's at work, go for it. I'll give you an example. I understand zero, and I mean less than zero on computers, yet I was always able to fix weird glitches at work when I was the manager at Walden Books. It was so weird. They go get Melanie, because I didn't think it was a challenge because it was so ridiculous that I just somehow intuitively would press the right things. I followed no pamphlet manual or anything because that just seemed like gibberish to me. There was something where I just knew there was a shortcut and I'd start pressing things. So there'll be something intuitively that you'll know to follow. I feel like you'll play to the human aspect of people, the empathy, sympathy, and loving part of people, as opposed to, being aggressive or trying anything in that route. It's like no more pushing. It's just kind of going with the flow and seeing, you just feel it out and you're going to have really great results. That's how I operate in my life. I just feel, well, if I did this, firstly, like if I have to confront something with somebody or help somebody and make them realize something they might not want to realize, I have to ask myself, how would I receive this information? So I always turn everything around for a moment. So everything's the most gentle, best phrased scenarios possible, right? A little gentility, a little bit of calm, and a little diplomacy is going to go a long way. Again, I feel like you have a lot of creative aspects that are going to help you come through in a pitch for a lot of people. It's like you don't care what other people think. It's a natural reaction. So you'll just be like, ta-da, here you go. Here's an idea. Let's work with that. So we're going to use a fairy oracle card too to see what's going on in number 26. Just want to show you these, how beautiful these are. The artwork is amazing. And if you're curious, this is by Arthur Rackham and J. May Elford. And I had been looking at this deck forever, and I don't know why I never ordered it. There's so many out there, and sometimes we'll save something and then we forget, and then voila, a beautiful Nina will send it to us. So this card is about your balance. So I love this because in this card, a fairy gently dances on a strand of a spider's web, and the insects are kneeling behind her. A spider plays a cello off to the right of the web, and beneath her appears a secondary web, a safety net to catch the fairy if she falls. So the meaning of this is really that life is full of moments where we're asked to balance ourselves. We balance between work and play, taking time for ourselves and being with friends. The list goes on. If you've gotten this card today, find your balance in your rope of life. Uncover if something is out of balance, what you need to set yourself straight and keep going. I myself have to do this continually too. I love my work and I could do it from sun up to sundown. As soon as I touch cards, I get in a really great mood. The pure energy, the love, the connectivity comes right through. So it's almost like I just want to keep doing it and I get excited. And to me, one creative door opens another, but I have to slow down and have those moments where I can just kind of tune out and meditate and paint and just watch a little fun TV and stuff, because what can happen, what is once seems like a fun pursuit, you can burn yourself out of. So have a little in between. Also, another thing, it's like our family loves us and wants our attention, and it's important that we save time for that, because all of a sudden, I've got to say, I feel like my kids were just toddlers yesterday, and now both of them are teenagers, and Indy's almost 20, so time really goes quickly. So find a good balance. Don't burn yourself out. Again, I love that adage that She Bear was talking about. The people spend all of their health trying to acquire wealth, and then in the end, they have to turn around and use all their wealth to regain their health through therapy, through surgery, through all of that, because they've just, mistreated their body and their health, or through stress. Stress takes a huge toll. Cortisol, ulcers, all kinds of damage is done internally when we're stressed out. So always remember that nothing is worth the expenditure of our health, right? That's a chip we do not want to cash in. Once we're damaged in some way, reparation can take a long time. So really take care of that too. So next I'm going to use the Imperial Dragon Oracle. And you have number 2, which is the Wisdom card. And this, if you like these cards, are by Andy Baggett and Peter Prokonik. And the writing is really beautiful and profound. Now, I love this Wisdom card right now because this is the number 2. The traditional name of this is like the High Priestess card, and this is connecting with wisdom. So this is about, this is representative of access to your wisdom. This can come either from within or through contact with an enlightened being. To hear and comprehend this wisdom requires you to still your mind and body and allow this wisdom to penetrate deep within you. Look at the energy behind the words and the actions of others rather than just taking things at face value. Though things might seem strange on the surface, there is deep teaching taking place on other levels. Hallelujah. And how this occurs is we are in the present moment. We take a deep breath. We really look. I can look at somebody and they can say they're fine. And I know right away by their face, their jaw muscles, their hands, what their feet are doing, if they're fine or not. There's millions of little messages that come through when we're paying attention. So you're going to be tapped into this wisdom, and it's going to help you exponentially navigate emotional waters of others, the professional sphere, all of that, because everybody really leads with their face and their eyes, and you can tell when somebody's hurt, about to cry, when they're relaxed, they're happy, all of that. And this wisdom is really going to come to you, but part of it is slowing down and listening. I have to do this for myself when I'm watching my favorite readers or mavericks in business, things like that. I stop what I'm doing. I don't try to multitask. I stop and I absolutely listen. That's when we garner the wisdom. That's when the words start to make sense. So this is Spirit just letting you know that you're going to acquire this on a great scale that's going to be immensely helpful to you and kind of let you in on that enchanting little secret extra emotional knowledge that is necessary sometimes, where we get the bigger and more elaborate picture of what's going on, and it's very helpful for us. So beautiful energy group one, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. And I want to thank all my time stampers. You guys are the best. And I mean, geez, my girl who's adding the freaking decks in there too, she just blows my mind. I absolutely adore you guys. You're so helpful. So again, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below if you need a private read. If you want to email me about any of my offerings, like the cool Stonehenge readings I'm doing, anything, come join me on Instagram and get on all the cool contests as well. And we are now going to go on to number 2, which is the Queen. So let me just read. I like to read the little summary from the books as well, because I feel like they're really helpful and they're meaningful. In this book, I was really impressed with the simplicity of it. Now, if you chose this is saying right now, become the queen of your own life. Decisions are yours and yours alone. Discover your area of expertise and your unique wisdom. Your role in life may have recently become more challenging. A dominant woman is the cause of your misfortune or your delight. With great power comes great responsibility. So, this is saying a strong woman might be some counterpart that's helping you, somebody that's imparting wisdom, making you feel better, making you see all the mysteries and gorgeous energy that's out there to help you, things of that nature. A mother, a mother-in-law, someone might be a little breathing down your neck and being a little taxing, a workmate, a superior. Sometimes through trying to teach, people can get a little harsh. They can get a little pushy, a little unfeeling. So when that happens, we just have to, sometimes I'll just swing myself around and go, well, if I was in that position and I felt the output or the interest wasn't there, how would I approach this? A lot of people don't do that before they speak, so there can be a harshness. But in your case, group 2, I feel like when you decide that you're going to discover your area of expertise, you're really going to apply that, and people are going to come through with support. I feel like this particular woman is going to come with accolades and thank you and tell you how proud she is and all of that sort of thing. And also that you're going to really become the queen of your own life. You're going to set those boundaries. You're not going to let anybody stand over you, because it takes more than blood to be a queen. It takes a crown of strength, wisdom, all of that. It's like to hold your own and radiate this kind of power that's within you that says, I'm only standing for so much, and that will be enough of that. So this is definitely about you having strong boundaries right now. So you also have the Fertility card for the Imperial Dragons. Now this is about the Emperor and authority and strength and determination. So this represents your ability to hold your power in the company of others. So this is definitely about you going after your authentic power, group 2, and you definitely are. It's linked to the stability, perseverance, and determination of self-belief. We have to remember that if we're not confident, we don't believe in ourselves, how are other people really going to do that? If you guys listen to some of my videos, I always use the teacher and her curriculum as an example. If you were a teacher and a parent came in and said, what do you think of your curriculum? And you were like, oh, I guess it's all right. I mean, the kids will probably like it, blah, blah, blah. That vanilla thing, that's not going to instill much confidence. However, if you said, this is the most rocking curriculum, it's a rockulum. It is amazing. It is out of this world, and the kids are going to be so enthusiastic. No one's going to be left behind. It's just going to be something that they look forward to, and it's going to be awesome. You really have to fire yourself up and others, and words definitely instill confidence in other people, or they can detract from that. So use power words. Be strong. Really, really follow things through to a positive conclusion. Have faith that everything is happening exactly as it's meant to happen too, and that you're going to be able to see things through with this authority. And a truly powerful person will command respect and trust from others through their steadfastness and integrity, right? If you do what you say you're going to do, and you do it to the utmost of your ability, people are going to see that. They're going to see, that you're using your vision and your determination, and they start to respect that. I decided right when I was beginning my own businesses, there was no way if I ever received a complaint or something went wrong or something broke or wasn't comfortable in my jewelry that I would offer an immediate refund and replacement, because it's one of those things that I love it so much, and that I want other people to enjoy it. And I mean, every once in a while there are certain countries, there's blockages, I'll always try to resend and all this, but you have to really give 100% when you are your own boss. And people understand when you do try and you communicate. That's another thing. If you are in charge of your own businesses and people are trying to connect you about a service you offer, you need to get back to those people and be 100% transparent. Like, I'm really proud of how Jeffree Star handles any inconsistency with how his cosmetics do or do not arrive somewhere. He is completely transparent. He says exactly what's going on, and then he lets everybody know up front, and you know where you stand. It's those people that are evasive and strange that you don't know how trustworthy they are. But you are definitely going out there and making things happen with this fertility card. This is great ideas. This is a time to be pregnant with possibilities. Great things can be accomplished. Aligning yourself with energies of the land you live upon. Oh, I have to say before, I was thinking of this in combination with the power card that is after this. After I looked down, I thought I saw a 4, and that's the power card. But funnily enough, that's the next one in the deck. So this is a combination for you, that power you're going to have with fertility. So when you combine these, you're going to make progress on your path in a really, really great way. And, you're going to be a real stand-up person, and people are going to be like, yeah, if you need this, so-and-so has got the goods for you. I love that. So we also have, I'm going to use a fairy card because I love these, and they're so cute. Look at that fat baby flying. Now this card is distraction. So while the small fairy has turned his back on the baby, group of pixies have lifted the child up and away from harm's reach. What caught the fairy's attention, nobody knows, but will they be able to capture that baby again and bring it back? This is saying that their distractions are a part of life. They remind us to be mindful of our actions and what we're doing. Follow your true path and you'll be carried away. Make sure you limit the interruptions going on around you. Find your focus and achieve your goals. I have to do this consistently every day, and so do most spiritual teachers, readers, and things like that. Any teacher out in the world, pretty much anybody that wants to get ahead in business, we have to focus facts, details, all of these things, finish lines, all of that. And when we're mindful of our actions and what we're doing, we rarely trip, fall, make mistakes, or become clumsy because we have limited interruptions. It has our true focus because we really want to be able to go out there and succeed and give people our utmost attention. Have you ever had a conversation with somebody and they're half-assing it? They're kind of looking at their phone. They're looking out in the distance. As if I am ever having any kind of conversation with somebody and I know they're not listening, I stop talking right that second because I feel that. And I feel like it really is a bit disrespectful if somebody is going out of their way to speak or reply to you. If you're just talking to talk and then when your time's up talking, you don't want to listen. It's one of those things. Just stop talking when somebody does that to you. If you know their attention isn't on you and they asked you a question, that's very disrespectful. And that's one boundary that I definitely set, especially with my kids, because it takes time, first of all, to formulate a very cohesive response, things like that. So it's that kind of thing that it's very respectful. When we give our focus and attention to stuff, that's where we get really good results. So you're going to realize that distractions are not important. So go get it, Queen. That is you guys. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. And all my links are down below. Private reading, goddess provisions boxes in, it's off the hook. My Etsy store is down there. If you want to email me about the cool readings I'm doing over at Stonehenge, anything, come see me on Instagram. Contests running all month long and they're so fun. And just by following me, you're automatically entered in all of them. That way everybody doesn't have to DM me, can you enter me email? Because that was like approaching the hundreds. And then I thought, well, I already have their information, so they shouldn't have to do things twice. And then I DM the winner, so you don't even have to chase everything up. After the initial photograph of the winners, then I do all the seeking, so you guys don't have to. It's much easier. So beautiful energy. And now we're on to number 3, which is ecstasy. That can only be a good thing, right? I love that, and I feel like everybody should chase their bliss and find happiness. This is definitely about letting go, allowing the wildness back into your life. The ability to freely embrace our pleasures is part of being human. Travel deeper through joy into profound mindfulness. Ecstasy helps us connect with the divine. To me, this is like looking at artwork. After Nina sent me these decks, I was so excited because I thought I'm going to be in ecstasy when I get to just open one box and savor the artwork and sip a latte and just listen to music and really get engulfed in that. Ecstasy is about using all 5 senses and really, really creating an experience by being wholly aware of everything that's going around us, right? That's one of those things where, when we're dancing, you feel that rhythm, right? That's a kind of ecstasy. It's really just being completely plugged into what is going on. So then your next card is Balance from the Imperial Dragon Oracle, which I love. I just love the writing in this book. It's really lovely. The meaning of this is just having faith in yourself and the courage of your convictions right now, while remaining mindful that what you believe now may not serve you well under different circumstances, right? Or in a time you may outgrow this notion, but it might suit you beautifully right now. Always be willing to let go of what you think you know so you can come into deeper knowledge with a more spiritual perspective. I do this oftentimes if there is somebody I run into that I used to work with and I had a certain perception of them, either they were a hard worker, but they were mean to animals, whatever it is. It's like, I let go. A lot of people outgrow things. They change, they do things. You see them in a different environment that, sometimes what we believe, we outgrow that, they outgrow that, the world outgrows that. So we can always come from a new, fresh perspective, right? We are willing to learn. We are willing to listen to things, because this key word to this is peace and transition. It's equal in this 11 card to, oh gosh, what is going on? I'm sorry, I got to go back one. Let me reiterate that. This is actually the Justice card, moral strength and integrity and balance. It's funny. I was like, I was on where the meaning was, and then it was on to the next page. So, this is, taking a pause. Life pulls us along so quickly that we're just making snap judgments. We're just trying to, keep up. So when we slow down and we enjoy these things, which is ecstasy, the full enjoyment of something is ecstasy. Like, I love when you go in a zoo and you go like into a bird sanctuary and you hear, as you just stop, time stops, you just listen to every single bird sound that you possibly can. It's so transportative, it's so magical, it's so beautiful. It's like, it's mystical and it's magical and it's wonderful. And part of that is because we're fully engulfed in that. And so that's a reminder to be that way, be fully engulfed in that. So your fairy card right now, right here, look at this, so beautiful. I'll hold it up in 1 second for you. Number 33 is all about community celebration. So it's time to throw a party with your tribe, celebrate a community goal and share it with the world. You and your group have put in a good effort. So whether this is at work, your family, or whatever, if you have something that you're offering or you want to bring into the world, or expose in all its glory, it's time to do that. Have these little celebrations. If you watch the Housewives show, they have everything all the time. They celebrate everything. New cosmetics, they're having barbecues, they're doing everything. I love when people have a baby shower, even if it's their 800th child. Just keep having those parties, and it's not about being decadent or over or extra. It's about celebrating. That's part of what ecstasy is: coming together, having parties, wishing each other well, saying, I'm proud of you. That's amazing you did that. Good job. You tried. And even you tried. I don't care about everybody having to have these big wins, but I do care when people try, right? I find that so beautiful. I like this card too. Look, she just looks so wee. I love just bliss, where people are just like light and free. I always put on like island dancing and reggae because everybody's just like going back and forth to the music. And that's what that's about, bliss and celebration of life. And you're going to have a really beautiful time of that right now, where you want to get together with your friends and say, hey man, I'm so proud of you. You designed this new backpack, this candle, this lip gloss, you figured out cold fusion. You're going to get a Nobel Prize. We're going to have a party about that. The little things in life. Anyway, group 3, beautiful. You're feeling like you're evolving in a fun, balanced, beautiful way, and you're blossoming, and it's the way to go for sure. So love and light to you. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. I love these decks. They're so good. Ooh, and it has been my pleasure. So I'm going to go upload. Love and light.